Welcome back everyone. Today we'll recap a 2018 Indonesian horror film named Santet. Before we start, it is a request to please like and comment on the video as it will help us to grow our reach. At the beginning of the movie, we see an injured man who is very scared. Very scary screams of a woman are coming from a room, and when that man tries to leave from there, the window closes and that man goes to another room. Then we see him standing on the railing of the balcony, and he jumps from there. Santet is a deadly and frightening form of black magic or witchcraft. A few years ago, the Indonesian government tried to pass the law against the practice of black magic, but it failed as it was hard to make a case against black magic due to lack of evidence. Now we see Randy, who is going to see his mother with his wife Laura and two daughters Kelly and Aaliyah. On reaching there, they meet Rahmat, Sri, and Fatima, who are taking care of Randy's mother named Risma. Randy brings them to meet his mother, but he is quite surprised to see that she is ill and is not speaking anything. Suddenly she starts screaming loudly on seeing Randy, and this scares Randy and his family. Then she moves toward Aaliyah to attack her, but Randy and Fatima try to calm her down, and Randy sees that there are some strange wounds on her leg. He asks Laura to take the kids out of there, and all three of them hear her screams from outside. Now later Randy tells Laura that maybe his mother is still depressed about his dad, to which Laura talks about her leg and asks him to take her to the doctor. Here the kids are unpacking in their room when Kelly sees a woman standing outside. Aaliyah tells her to get ready, and when Kelly looks back outside, the woman has disappeared. Now they are all having dinner at night when Randy tells them that he will take them to see the waterfall tomorrow. Just then Kelly sees her grandma crawling down the stairs. Seeing this, Randy and Laura immediately go to her, and Randy asks why she has come here, but she starts screaming loudly, which scares them all. And then Fatima and her family also come there. Suddenly she falls and vomits blood with blade, nails, glass, and maggots, and then she faints. Randy takes her to the hospital, and Laura and her daughters are shocked to see this. Here in the hospital, Fatima tries to talk to Randy, but he tells her and Rahmat to go back home. Here Kelly goes to Aaliyah's room, and when Aaliyah goes inside, she sees grandmother, who starts walking toward her. She gets terrified seeing this, and the door of her room also closes. Suddenly the door opens and she runs out and tells Laura that she saw grandma in her room. Laura calms her down and goes to check in the room, but she does not see anyone there, and she tells Aaliyah that there is no one there. Here in the hospital, the doctor tells Randy that his mother is healthy and there is nothing wrong with her. What his mother is experiencing is not medical. Here suddenly Risma wakes up, and when Randy comes in, he sees that his mother is standing on the balcony, and before he can do anything, she jumps from there. Randy calls Laura and tells her that doctors are still running some tests on her mother, and that he is staying with her tonight and will be back in the morning. Then Fatima also comes back home and tells Laura that Randy asked her to go home to take care of them. Here in the hospital, Randy is sitting beside his mother when she tries to say something to him, but she is unable to say anything. Now, Randy comes back home and asks the girls if he can talk to their mother for some time. He tells Laura that she and the girls should go back to the States, but Laura does not listen to him and says that they are family and they are not leaving him behind. After this, we see Fatima, who hears some sound, and she sees Randy digging a pit. Here Laura is in a store with the girls when she sees a woman carrying a shopping cart and running towards Kelly. She rushes to save her, causing Kelly to fall, and Aaliyah tells her there are no women here. Now they return home, and Randy notices a bruise mark on Kelly's arm. Randy's clothes are dirty, which Laura asks him about, but he asks Kelly about her arm. She tells him that she fell, and then he asks Laura about it. Aaliyah tells him that Laura pushed her and she fell. Laura tells them to go upstairs, and after they leave, she tries to explain to him that maybe she is seeing things. Randy does not understand anything, so she tells him that Aaliyah said that she saw his mom last night in her bedroom, and today she herself saw a woman in the supermarket who tried to hurt Kelly. She asks him what's going on, but Randy has no answer. Both of them then get into an argument, and then Randy leaves from there. Now later on, Laura is very upset and is keeping the items in the fridge, when suddenly the same woman from the store attacks her and stabs a knife in her neck. Then Fatima comes there, but there is no knife on Laura's neck and she is terrified. Fatima tries to calm her down and tells her that there is nobody here. Now when Laura gets a little normal, Fatima tells her that she has to show her something. She takes her outside and shows her the pits that Randy dug. Now at night, Randy goes to the hospital where Matt tells him that he got a place near the hospital to stay, so it's easier for them to take care of his mother. Here Aaliyah is sketching in her room when someone tries to open the door of her room, causing the screws to come out, and the knob falls down. Now she gets terrified seeing this, and then the door of her room opens. She hears the sound of a man groaning from outside, and when she comes out to check, she sees a man there who is pulling out something from inside himself. She sees that it is her dad, and she runs to him. She screams and calls out to Fatma and her mother, and when they come there, they see that there is no one other than Aaliyah there. Aaliyah is shocked and tries to convince them that her dad was here and she was holding him. Laura tries to calm her down and says that there is nobody here. Here in the hospital, Randy is suffering from pain and his mother is grunting on the bed, and she is crying seeing him. Now the next morning Fatma notices bruises on Laura's back, but Laura does not know anything about them. She immediately checks into the room where Aaliyah tells her that her back is covered in bruises. Fatma asks the girls if she can talk to their mother, and after they leave, she asks Laura to be careful as she saw the same bruises on Ibu Risma before she got sick. It looks like someone is using Santet to hurt her and her family. Now Laura reads about Santet and she learns that Santet is one's attempt to harm others remotely by using black magic. Santet practitioner can maintain their look younger than their actual age. She then watches a video related to it and then searches about a man named Dharma. She visits Dharma's factory where she meets a man named Hendra. He knew that she is Randy's wife as he is the only one in this town who got married to an American. Laura asks him how long has this place been closed, to which he says around 3 years. He then takes her inside the factory and asks her what brings her here, on which she says that she saw her father-in-law's name on the sign, so she just came to see it. He then tells her that this used to be the biggest factory around here and Miss Amber used to run this place. She was the manager and they were very close, but one day she just stopped coming to work. People said she ran away with her boyfriend or she found a better job in Jakarta. And not long after that, Mr. Dharma started getting sick and nobody took care of the factory. He then shows her the picture of Miss Amber and Mr. Dharma, and Laura gets shocked to see it, as she is the woman whom she saw in the store and her house. Now from there she comes straight to hospital and is surprised to see her mother-in-law's condition. Here Kelly goes to Fatma's room where she finds a photo. Then Fatima comes there and Kelly apologizes to her for coming to her room. Then she asks her about the photo, on which she tells her that it's her mother and herself when she was 8 years old. Here Laura asks Randy who is Amber and why she is seeing her everywhere, to which he angrily says that she can't see her because she is dead, and then he leaves there. Here Kelly sees that someone is sleeping on her bed, and when she turns on the lights, it is Aaliyah. Kelly turns off the lights and falls asleep, but suddenly Amber's spirit haunts her and tries to strangle her. Just then Aaliyah walks in and sees that Laura is strangling Kelly. She tries to stop her but Laura attacks her too and then throws her away. Just then Laura comes there and sees Aaliyah attacking Kelly. She pulls her back and asks her why is she hurting her sister. But then Aaliyah gets up from the other side of the bed and now there is Amber who throws Laura away. Now all three of them get very scared and leave there in their car. Aaliyah tries to call Randy but can't reach him as there is no signal. Here we see Fatma chanting something and Risma wakes up in the hospital. She is doing some kind of ritual in which she has put Randy's family photo in front. And here Kelly wakes up in the motel. Here in the hospital, we see a spirit standing near Risma, who stabs a knife in her stomach. After some time Randy wakes up from sleep and he feels that his mother is sleeping. Here in the motel, Laura sees that Kelly is not on the bed. She gets quite worried and then she gets a call from Fatima, who asks her why she left Kelly at home alone. Here Randy comes back and sees that his mother is standing in the hallway. She asks him to save his family and then she faints. Then the doctors and some nurses go to the room and Randy sees that his mother is not there. When he comes to the room, he learns that his mother is dead. Then he calls Laura, and Aaliyah asks him to come home immediately. Here when they reach home, they see Kelly lying in the bathtub. They ask her what's wrong and suddenly Kelly starts drowning in the tub. Just then Randy also reaches home and he grabs Laura by the throat and asks her why she is hurting Kelly. Laura somehow manages to get herself free and she flees with the girls. Now they are on the way when that spirit comes in front of their car, which leads to an accident. Randy comes running after them and starts helping them in getting out of the car. He brings them back to the house and goes inside the house to get the car keys. Now when he is looking for the keys, Fatima stabs him from behind and says that this is what Amber felt. Amber was her daughter and he killed her own sister. Then she injures him a lot by constantly attacking him with a knife. But then Laura attacks her from behind. Randy apologizes to Laura and asks her to go with the kids, but she says she will never leave him behind. She tries to take him away from there, but then Fatima chants something and we see her transforming into a demon. She then attacks both of them and grabs Laura's throat and lifts her in the air. Just then Aaliyah comes in and tries to save her mother, but Fatima knocks her down too. By then Randy also regains consciousness and he hits Fatima. But she gets up again and starts chanting something, which makes the whole house shake, and Kelly comes inside. She stands up to Fatima and Fatima takes her and Aaliyah and starts going upstairs. Now Randy and Laura go upstairs to rescue their daughters, where Fatima is standing holding Kelly's neck. He stabs her, but there is actually Aaliyah and he stabbed his own daughter. Now Kelly stands on the balcony railing and Randy rises to kill Fatima, but he falls down with Fatima and Laura saves Kelly. Next, we see Laura getting ready to go back to the States and she tells the girls that the taxi has arrived. But Aaliyah here calls Kelly Amber and she calls her mother. And the movie ends here. Please like and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon never to miss new video updates. Thanks for watching.